Yo, today with the podcast, we're doing something extraordinary. We're about to shoot a live podcast in a tattoo shop. I got a fire guest that's gonna be coming on talking about his story in a tattoo shop while he's getting tatted. You guys definitely want to make sure that you locked into this episode. Shout out to my guy, Raw 305. Listen, it's gonna be amazing. You guys do not want to miss this podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. So what do you think? What do you think trainers overlook or don't seem to kind of see in this area in fitness where they can really get it back?
My old boss used to tell me all the time too. He's like, they're not paying for a workout; they're paying for an hour of your time.
100%.
Like,
yeah.
How much is your time worth to you? Like, is your time only worth $75? I've spent 12 years plus grinding 16, 18-hour days to accumulate this knowledge, and then try it on people and experience and see how it works and what doesn't work. Adding tools to my tool belt every day, so I know like what to do, what not to do, when to try this, when not to try this. So you paying for that.
What do you think kept you in there so long?
Well, I always tell people don't get in at all, because once you in it, it's like almost impossible to get out, because it's addicting. Like the power you get, you know what I mean? Like you're the man now. You got some money, you got some clout, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I like this shit. You like everything that comes with it until it all comes crashing down. It's definitely easy to stay in. It's almost impossible to get out.
What are some of the challenges of running the gym?
Biggest challenge of running the gym, like any business, is finding good helpers. You know what I mean?
So like team?
Yeah, team, another trainer. Because people will be like, damn, if it's not your class, I'm not coming, and I can't have it, then that's not a business. That's just me hustling. So it has to be where the product is the product, no matter who's teaching it. But just to find someone who's willing to dedicate their life to somebody else's business. You know what I mean? But when it's not theirs, like, will they really treat it like it's theirs and help build it?
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Arm Pursuit Podcast. We're live in Miami. We're on the move. You guys remember how we used to start the podcast? We actually shot all episodes mobile in different locations. So look, we out the studio this time with my guy, Sean Casey, and he's getting a tattoo. You know what I'm saying? He has a very interesting story, so you guys are going to learn a lot about what he got going on. So tap in, bro. What's up?
What's up, man?
Where you got me today, bro?
Shit, we fucking with Panda, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
House of Panda Tattoo, best tattoo artist in the game. We about to start them tattoo wars. But real quick, today's my best friend's like anniversary, died 21 years ago. So Ryan Fernandez, you know, I gotta keep that shit alive forever. So RIP, baby, love you.
Yeah, 100%. And then we'll put a picture up and we'll have his name going for you and everything like that on the episode, bro. So oh yeah, I see it. So what's special about where we at, what you're getting right now, and why a tattoo?
So Panda's he's the best in the game. We met him a few years ago. Somebody sent me his work when I was gonna get the butterflies, and we just locked in like that. And then recently he hit me about training. So I've been training him for a couple months, and I've been, you know, the gym is my life. I live in the gym. It saved my life. Everything I do is the gym. So I was like, I gotta put it on me. You know what I mean? Like you gotta rep your brand at all times. So
yeah.
I might not have a hat. I might not have a t-shirt on me. You know, I like to stay with my shirt off. So I got to make sure I got that raw on me at all times. You know what I mean? Like I live by this shit.
So
part of me.
What is raw? What is raw? Like what does that stand for? What does it mean to you?
Raw is whatever you want it to mean. You know what I mean? But for us, it stands for like just being yourself, being authentic, giving everything you got. I mean, just being raw. Like, you know what I mean? Just get it out the mud, get it how you live. Like get that extra rep in the gym, get that extra rep in life. Don't quit on shit. You know what I mean? Like be raw. Like be authentic. Be yourself. No matter what nobody says about you, what you think about yourself, past experiences, you know what I mean? Like just raw, you know what I mean? Be raw.
So who was Sean Casey prior to, you know, you being an entrepreneur, gym owner, you helping and changing a lot of people's lives with fitness? Who were you before this?
So before I got into the gym, you know, I was fucking around in the streets and shit like that. Ended up going away to federal prison for a while. Somebody actually put a murder for hire on me, and it's crazy because he just, one of the dudes who put the hit out on me, called me Friday and was like, yo, I just want to apologize, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like that was kind of like full circle type shit. But, you know, I was in the streets heavy. Like most of my friends are dead or in jail. My best friends doing 25 on a murder. I talked to my boys doing 23, 30, like every day. So, you know, it was somebody who was just headed down the wrong path, trying to get some money, you know, trying to figure out life, but just in the wrong direction completely.
So what city you grew up in?
I grew up in Miami.
So you grew up in Miami.
Born and raised, made baby.
And you said you got caught up in some street stuff. So what type of street stuff do you get caught up in?
I ended up going away. I pled guilty to a weed charge, armed trafficking charge, but for weed. You know, we played around with everything back in the day. A little coke shit here and there. I caught a dope charge when I was like 18, but small shit. And then, you know, we were just ripping and running, you know what I mean? Strapped up since like high school. You know, just a lot of violence, a lot of, you know, robbing, stealing, you know what I mean? Whatever the day entailed, we was on, you know what I mean? But like I was really deep in it. So, you know what I mean? Like everybody was carrying guns at all times. Like people were catching bodies left and right. People were dying left and right. People were going to jail forever left and right. So it was like, every day was like, it could be your last, you know what I mean? It was just out here trying to get some money, just acting a fool. You didn't really want to think about life because you're so caught up. You know it's going to end soon and not going to end well. So just like you always just moving around, you know, getting high and shit, partying, fucking with bitches, and then just moving work all day, just waiting for the ceiling to collapse.
You think it was easy for you, in retrospect, looking back on it, right? You're older now. So, you know, as an adolescent, is it easy to just get into that life, or is that like a choice that you feel like teenagers make, or is it like you just out and about? It's like this is what we doing, or you feel like kids that making a conscious effort to like to do that?
I feel like it's super easy to get into this life because everybody wants to be a part of something. You know what I mean? That's why the gym's huge, because it's a community. You know what I mean? You got different people you can go to. It's the streets. It's easy. You know what I mean? Like I played sports my whole life, so I always had that camaraderie thing. Like I lost 2 of my friends when I was very young. So it's like you always just looking for someone you can relate to, similar age, that just like has your back and loves you, you know what I mean? And to get in the gang and to be in the streets, you don't really have to do anything. You might have to get jumped in or like hit a lick or some shit, but it's like it doesn't take a lot of effort. So people are easily gravitate toward that shit because it's like a family without any of the effort to get in. Like, you know, if you play sports, you got to go to practice 7 days a week, you got to work out. You join a club in school, you got to actually put in the work. But if you try to be on the block and just hang around, all you gotta do is show up and just start doing dumb shit, and you can fit in pretty quick. So I think people always gonna try and gravitate towards like an organization or like-minded people where they can fit in. You know, everybody wants to fit in. Don't nobody want to be an outsider. So, you know, the streets, and we glorify that shit nowadays, like in music and TV shows and shit. So I definitely feel like it's easy to get into the streets, like so easy.
What do you feel like kept you in the streets? You know what I'm saying? Was it money, lifestyle, combination? You know what I'm saying? Like what do you think kept you in there so long?
Well, I always tell people don't get in at all, because once you in it, it's like almost impossible to get out because it's addicting. Like the power you get, you know what I mean? Like you're the man now. You got some money, you got some clout. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh, I like this shit. You like everything that comes with it until it all comes crumbling down. Most people don't think that far ahead. They get so addicted to having money on them at all times, to have people looking at them a certain way. The respect you get, you know what I mean? Like people move out the way for you. They're giving you free shit. They always looking out, you know what I mean? Because you that dude, you know what I mean? So it's definitely easy to stay in. It's almost impossible to get out. Like I think that's why people salute me how they salute me, because I got out. And it's so easy to just go pick that pack back up and make a run. And you know what I mean? Like, so it's hard to get out that shit. So don't ever get in it, because once you in it, it's almost impossible. Like people still think I'm in it now. You know what I mean?
You think how is it different now than it would have been back then? So you think like, let's say if you were in that life and in that environment now, how different it is from back then?
I mean, if I was in it now, I'd just be way more structured with it. You know what I mean? Like the discipline, the drive, all that shit. I'd probably be a problem for real. But it just, the feeling like you at war with yourself all day, like you always looking over your shoulder. You got anxiety. Every car that get behind you could be the police or a jack boy, or you know what I mean? One bad shipment goes wrong, money gets fucked up, somebody gets jammed up. It's just you never have a moment of peace. You know what I mean? So now it's like I feel good all the time. You know what I mean? Like I can be proud of what I'm doing. I'm not always hiding. I'm not living a lie. I'm proud to be me. You know what I mean? So definitely peace of mind. You know what I mean? When you're in the streets, there's no peace of mind.
So what was the transition from you being in the streets to obviously having a realization that, you know what, this ain't for me no more. I'm gonna get out of it. I'm gonna do something else. And then how did fitness like come to play with all that?
Well, it never got to a point where it's like I'm done with this. I'm out of it. Because even when I went up the road, it was still like, okay, we going to where all the best criminals are. So we're gonna meet some plugs. We're gonna meet some connects. We're gonna network, and then we just gonna jump out and do the shit again, because it's all I really knew. You know what I mean? Like I was so scared to fail, and I didn't want to waste my time in school and then not know what to do and then be a fake. So I'm like, even if I go to jail on this, at least I tried something. You know what I mean? So just ripping, running, and shit like that. What was the question?
How, like, when did you realize that you had to get out of it?
I ain't never like when I was in jail. I just started working out really because I was like, all right, I have time. You know what I mean? You want to look.
Were you working out before?
No, I never worked out before jail.
All right, so being locked up, you found fitness because I'm assuming because it wasn't much else to do.
Exactly. You feel me? And then
so you doing push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups.
We didn't have any weights, so we had dip bars, pull-up bars, and then we had like a little room where we do like body weight exercises and shit. But it was just like pull-ups, dips, push-ups, burpees, squats, jump squats, whatever we could come up with. We would come up with some crazy ass shit too. You know, like we talked about earlier. I mean, people are resourceful.
Yeah, facts.
If you ain't got much, you're gonna figure out a way to get it in. Especially when you got a lot of people around you. Somebody gonna come up with some shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but you know we gonna get that work in regardless.
So you didn't have that habit of going to the gym prior to, so you locked up, and then you get into the habit of fitness. Is that now forming a discipline, or like when you leave, are you taking that discipline with you?
Facts.
Okay.
That's like I feel like is my biggest strong suit. Like one of them is just no matter what it takes, like I'm gonna get the job done, no matter how I feel, no matter what is going on around me. Like if the job got to get done, we're gonna get it done. Like no matter what, we got to get up at this time. We're gonna get up at this time. We got to go walk 1,000 miles. We're gonna walk 1,000 miles just because that's what we're supposed to do. And they instilled that in me in there like no other. Like I was already pretty disciplined in some areas in my life, but like that really locked me in to a point where it's like there's no negotiations with yourself.
So you feel like if, unfortunately, those that are locked up or people that may have gotten locked up today or might be going away for a little bit, do you think that's a blessing that they can receive from being locked up, that discipline?
Facts. I mean, I feel like everybody should go away for a little while. Like definitely remove yourself from society, cell phones, even they got phones, but just to find yourself, almost create yourself.
Yeah.
No distractions, no girls, no technology, really just it's you. What are you gonna do with your life? You know what I mean? So you get a chance to really look yourself in the mirror, like tell yourself I'm gonna stop being a piece of shit, I'm gonna stop making excuses, and I'm gonna try and better myself. And then once you start bettering yourself, it becomes like a domino effect and you just want to keep getting better and better. Because as you get better, you start to feel better. And it's like, okay, I like this, you know what I mean? So it definitely afforded me the time to fall into those, create those habits and then fall into those habits. Because out here, there's so many distractions. You know, you might be like, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna stop doing this, I'm gonna stop doing that. But there's so many distractions, so many temptations. It's hard to really lock it in. And it takes a little while to lock those habits in to make them permanent. So I feel like I had just enough time to really create those habits and then instill those habits in me where they'll never leave.
And then how long was you locked up for?
I had a 65-month sentence. I ended up doing like 4.5 years like that.
So what was that like? Friendships, family? Did you have relationships with people that was close to you, and did those relationships change when you were locked up, when you got out? What was that like?
I mean, it was hard for me because I was 22 when I went away. So I knew most of my friends that I was with at that point were gonna, go get married, move away, shit like that. So that was tough, you know what I mean? You want to hold on to those last couple of years of your 20s and stuff. So that was tough. But the relationships I built inside are, unbreakable. When you're at your lowest and people are stripped down, everybody's wearing the same things, you can only get so much stuff, you can't talk to your family. So you start to make relationships and bonds with people in there. It's just super genuine, you know what I mean? Because I can't really do shit for you and you can't do shit for me. So it's like, we just like-minded people, certain vibrations gonna migrate to you. And then you guys just help each other get better, help yourself through the time. Because you always have rough days in there. I mean, you might get a bad phone call, you might remember some, and then those people that really held you down and then they made you go work out when you didn't feel like working out, or told you not to get in that fight when you were about to get a fight. You know what I mean? Like, so I still talk to a lot of them dudes, like a lot. Unfortunately, a few of them that I was really close with got out. Some of them went back in, some of them died. You know what I mean? Because just like we talked about the temptations and shit, the distractions, you know what I mean? Starts getting at them a little bit. They get a little itch, and then next thing you know, they back full throttle. And they weren't ever to get completely out. So that's why I go even harder to represent for them. You know what I mean? Because I saw how good they became in there. When you remove the distraction and temptations, like what a good people they could be, and like how disciplined and the things they could have accomplished if they just would have stayed on the straight line. And a lot of people didn't have the support system that I do. So, it was easy for them to turn back to it. So that's why I really make sure that I got to stay focused. I got to stay disciplined. I can't let nothing knock me off track because I'm representing everybody that was in jail and everybody coming out for a second chance. It's like, if I could do it, why can't they do it? So I feel like it's a position that I got to play and hold down.
So where did the fitness aspect come from as far as you creating a business out of it? Right. So when you came out, did you already have that idea? Where did you get the idea to create a business out of fitness?
So one of my boys, T-Fit, shout out T-Fit, he was doing the fitness thing before I went away, before it was like a big thing, you know what I mean? And when I was in jail, I heard he was doing pretty well. So I was like, I was already had it in my mind, like this is what I was gonna do because I loved it. Like I fell in love with it. I was gonna work out and train all day whether I got paid or not. But seeing someone that I know do it and be successful at it gave me some confidence to be like, okay, you can do this. You know what I mean? Like obviously I was nervous, I was scared, but I was like, as much work as I put in jail, like the reading, the studying, the training, the working out, I was so confident in my preparation. I was like, I can't fail. Like I knew I was going to come out and crush it. I mean, I had like a little nerves and stuff, but in the back of my mind, like there was no way I was going to lose.
So talk to me how you started it, right? Because there's a lot of trainers that,
especially Miami, a lot of trainers,
100%. But there's a lot of trainers that'll never get a studio,
mm-hmm.
right? There's a lot of trainers that don't really know their worth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That there's a lot of trainers that overtrain. You know what I'm saying? So talk to me about like how you created your the concept for obviously having a studio. Your plan, you know what I'm saying? The plans, the training. Like how did you come out with the idea? How'd you end up getting a studio? What was it like getting those first clients?
Well, that's why now like I really try and train trainers and help pay it forward, so I can teach them like, yo, you can get some money in this. You just got to do it the right way, because there are so many trainers and it is so saturated. But if you really stick to a script, you can really get a lot of money in this shit, like dope money in this shit, but with the peace of mind. But when I was getting out, I had a friend who had a gym and he was like, I got you, but then that shit fell through. So I started just applying around different places. I never really wanted my own gym. I just wanted to go work at a gym.
So you just started out just like being a trainer at gyms?
Yeah. But every gym I went to turned me down.
All right, y'all, look, I had to interrupt the podcast episode to break down this exciting community that you need to join. Why? Because you're a podcast, you haven't figured out how to monetize. Maybe you're someone that used to be like me, where I didn't really have anyone that can hold me accountable, nor did I have a group that I felt comfortable about, you know what, this is my tribe, I can grow. Well, listen, we put that together. The Action Takers community, I'm teaching you guys monetization secrets, accountability, discipline, how you get better with content. And this is just a group that you want to grow with. Click the link below. Let's go. Okay, look, so this is how we're gonna get you more exposure using the pod equals MC square strategy, right? Then we're gonna bring out the air fryer and then connect it to the toaster oven method, right?
I think I wasted my money.
And after we do all this, we're gonna get you 1 million views and millions of subscribers.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I got you. Let me go get something.
What's this box about? Bro, what is that?
So we got your long form podcast right here, right? This is long form audio.
Okay, now I'm getting my money's worth.
You got a service to get more exposure, get more views, and get more call to action to get more sales.
Let's go.
This is what you need to do to get more of this. Now do you understand?
I completely get the vibe now. Before, I don't know what you was talking about, but this right here, we're gonna make a lot of money.
Because of my background. So I would go in, fill out the application, do the interview, and they're like, oh, you more than qualified, you A1. I had like 9, 10 certifications I got in jail. Like the way I spoke was on point, you know what I mean? So they were all like, oh, you're good. And then I would never get a call back. And then finally one of them told me like, yo, it's because of your background. They're not allowed to tell you that because they're not allowed to not hire a person because they're a felon. But they were like, yeah, that's what's stopping me. So I just went on full throttle, just applying everywhere, calling people, asking them if they knew anybody. And I was really about to go work at a pizza place the next day because I was in a halfway house. You can't leave the halfway house until you got a job. So I was there for like 2 weeks, no job. It just wasn't looking like I was going to get it. And then I ended up at Legacy Fit. You know, shout out to Manning for putting me on. And, you know, I had to beg a little bit, but you got the job done. And then his guidance, his leadership, that gym, it was like the perfect fit. So I just started learning from him, and he was in his first gym. Now he owns 7 gyms. So I got to watch him open up all these different gyms, see how it went, see his path, see, okay, maybe I would have did this differently, or okay, damn, he did that like this. So being able to learn from him in that aspect. And then in prison, I had Bezo. So Bezo ran that shit super strict. Shout out Bezo. We were like 60 deep in there, but it was set schedule. Monday through Sunday, you know exactly where you're going to be, at what time, what you're going to do, what bar you on, who's in your group. And then when he left, I ended up taking that over. So I fell in love with helping people get in shape. And then there was always people like, yo, I'll pay you. I was like, yo, I can make $1 out of this shit.
So what do you think most trainers, what do you think how do they not look at fitness like they can make money, for instance? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think they're overlooking? Because I got friends that train. I mean, I got a homie that trains back in LA where I was living, and I'm not in, like, I'm into fitness as far as lifestyle, but I've never been a trainer, you know what I mean? So, but I would always tell him, like, yo, I think you charging too low, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like he was charging, like, he didn't have no programs, right? Because I'm the one that I think introduced having a program to him. But I think he was charging like $75 an hour. You know what I'm saying? But he had a problem getting clients. So we have one, maybe one, two, then none, then maybe one. You know what I'm saying? So like he really wasn't into the marketing like that. And I just felt like even at the $75, to me was low for what you get. Like, you changing somebody's life. You know what I mean? And on the outside, it changes them on the inside, and then you give them habits. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that plus the accountability, you're changing someone's whole. You're helping them become who they're designed to be. You know what I mean?
And see it like that, because everybody don't.
And the byproduct of that is what they job, confidence, marriage. You know what I'm saying? They can walk with their head up high, their chest put out. You know what I mean? Just 100%. And as a byproduct, I mean, we live in America, man. People want to work with people that look good.
Yeah.
You know, like, if it's you versus someone else,
I don't like ugly, right?
And 100%. And that other person, let's say the other person may be more qualified, right? But they don't really got the look. Yeah. But the person is not as qualified, got the look. Most likely you're gonna go with the one with the look.
Yeah, the look.
You know what I'm saying?
My boy used to tell me, he's like, the look gonna draw them in, and then what you know gonna keep them.
100%. 100%. So what do you think? What do you think trainers overlook or don't seem to kind of see in this area in fitness where they can really get it back?
Well, 75 in LA, Miami is way too low. Like, I charge 200 a session, and you got to do 10 up front. So it's 2,000 for a 10 pack, or I'm not moving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My old boss used to tell me all the time too. He's like, they're not paying for a workout; they're paying for an hour of your time.
100%.
So it's like, how much is your time worth to you? Like, if your time only worth $75, I've spent 12 years plus grinding 16, 18-hour days to accumulate this knowledge, and then try it on people and experience and see how it works and what doesn't work, adding tools to my tool belt every day. So I know, like, what to do, what not to do, when to try this, when not to try this. So you paying for that. You know what I mean? Like, you got to pay for all this time and this knowledge and this effort that I've soaked up over the years. Yeah. So you definitely got to, and I don't know how you can live in LA and Miami charging $75.
You can't, bro. You can't.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like I'm the best trainer in the world. And like you said, like, I'm taking care of your body. You only get one body.
100%. Yeah.
Like, you can get a new car, you can get a new house. So if I'm not a good trainer and I give you a torn ACL or a herniated disc or a separated shoulder or a sprained AC joint, and it's like, you're fucked. Like, it's gonna mess up your day, it's gonna mess up your life. You're gonna be in pain all day. You're not gonna be able to move the way you want to move. So most trainers aren't that good. So I feel like most trainers should get malpractice because they really fucking you up. So when you find somebody that you have confidence in, that's holding you accountable, that's improving your life, that's changing your mindset, like, yeah, you definitely got to pay for that.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I would agree, because just someone that, like I said, I'm not a trainer, but every day I run a mile every day, and I'm in the gym every day. And I built up that self-discipline within myself that I'm going to go do the work. I still feel like I need and I want a trainer, because it's like,
I should get a trainer too.
100%. You, like, coaches need coaches. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go to the next level, I mean, LeBron got a coach, Jordan had a coach, everybody needs a coach.
They're going to see shit you don't see, and they're going
100%.
You know, you always going to talk to your, oh, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
2 more reps, no, I'm done.
Yeah, facts.
You feel me? Oh, that was good. No, it wasn't that good. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Like, even today, over the weekend, I heard this stat. It was like, because I'm 44. So
Okay, well, you looking 32, man.
hey, man, you know what it is.
Black
So,
don't crack, right?
so I heard this stat, right? The stat was only 5% of men over 30 still run, right? And then it was like, I think the stat was less than 2% of men over 30 can do like a box jump over like 40 inches. So that's in my head now, right? So normally I'm hitting the weights every day. So now, like, Sunday is gonna be me going back to lateral movements, me doing me doing ladder drills. You know what I'm saying? High jumping, high knees, And today I hit the box. So it was 44 inches on the box. So I hit it clean twice. You know what I'm saying? But it just made me think, like, the older you get, like you said, you got one body, you got one mind, you got one temple. You have to take care of this.
I mean, you don't use it, you lose it.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like, you see all these people professionally, even like they retire from their job, next week they're dead. Because it's like once you stop using your muscles, they go away, and then once they go away, you get old, weak, and die. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not big into running and box jumps and stuff like that because the impact on your body. I'm all about like risk reward. So my whole thing is just get you stronger, build more muscle, speed up your metabolism. And then if you want to do stuff like that, that's more of like a sport and a skill.
100%.
My job is to get you ready for that.
Yeah, that foundation. Yep.
Your joints move in a good range of motion. You have integrity in your joints, like weak positions, you're still strong. You know what I mean? You got density in your bones, you're mobile, your strength. It's just that strength mobility balance. So I'm just trying to figure out like what works best for you.
100%.
Go for that. But yeah, you see a lot of people like my age. I'm 35. I see people looking like they're 75. You know what I mean? When I was up the road, you would see a lot of people go to medical and not come back. So that was kind of like, damn, I got to take care of myself. And even now, like I work out for my mental health. If I don't work out twice a day, like I'm going to start thinking some crazy thoughts. I might end up doing something I'm not supposed to be doing, fucking with some vices, hanging around some people I'm not supposed to. But as soon as I get that workout in my mind, like it like refreshes, you know what I mean? So it's like, I definitely want to keep my mental health strong. And then I want to be strong. I want to look good. I want to be able to take my shirt off in public and people be like, damn, you know what I mean? Like it's the ultimate self-care.
Yeah, you can't buy that. You can't buy that,
when
bro.
they do it, don't look right.
Yeah.
Fake ass. You got fake abs, bro. You a bitch.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, fucking pussy.
Yo, people getting fake abs?
All day, bro. Fake it, bro. You gotta earn this shit. You gotta put in the work. You gotta earn it. Like that's life. That's when you feel good. When you earn something. When you don't earn it, when you cheat it, you feel bad. When you cheat on anything, a test, a girl, relationship, like you always get that like queasy feeling after. Even if you got no conscience and you can block it off, like it doesn't feel good. But when you put in that work every day over years and years and years and years, you look in that mirror and you're like, God damn, boy, I'm a sexy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't wrong.
That shit feels good, dog. Like, that shit feels good.
I think what makes it feel better and better is as you age and as you get older and mature, you know that less and less people that you know or that you come up with are gonna have that. Mm-hmm. Like when I go home, it's just me, bro. Like the homies I grew up with, they all looking older. You know what I'm saying? They're all looking way more mature, way more aged. You know what I'm saying? So as if you keep these habits and you stay working out, you stay with your fitness, you stay on your game, and you get older, you're gonna look at you. It's gonna be easier for you to stand out amongst men or women that are in your age bracket. You know, because the older you get, the less people are gonna be staying with them habits, staying with that discipline, taking care of themselves. You know, people are gonna get around. You know what I mean? They're gonna look a little older, look a little aged, move a little bit slower. You know what I'm saying? So, 100%. So, what are some of the challenges of running the gym?
The biggest challenge of running the gym, like any business, is just finding good help. You know what I mean?
So, like team?
Yeah, team, another trainer. Because people will be like, damn, if it's not your class, I'm not coming, and I can't have that. Then that's not a business. That's just me hustling. So it has to be where the product is the product, no matter who's teaching it. Obviously, people have their favorites and connect with certain people, and training is kind of like a cult. But just to find someone who's willing to dedicate their life to somebody else's business, you know what I mean? So when it's not theirs, like, will they really treat it like it's theirs and help build it? That's how I was at Legacy Fit. I treated it like it was mine. You know what I mean? And I ran to the top with it because I wasn't like, oh, I'm not getting paid for that. Or, oh, that's outside my pay range, or da-da-da. It's like, nah, job needs to get done. Like, let's do the job. So just finding people that are willing to go all in, trust the process, take a little less money in the beginning to go to the top. Just everyday bullshit. You got clients who complain, people this and that, but none of that stuff really. Just finding good help. When you can find yourself some good help, it's easy. Like, I got me some good help now. So now, breath of fresh air, I'm a little bit more calmed down. And then my classes are better. My clients are better because I'm not worried about, like, damn, do I have to do this all myself? Or what are they going to think later? Or, I got a weak link coming up next. It's like, I know I got somebody holding me down when I'm not there. It feels good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So definitely finding help.
So talk to me about the money in the fitness space. I mean, you're a gym owner. You already kind of broke down, like, what it's going to take for you to even train somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what type of money can someone in this space? Let's say I'm a brand new trainer. Let's say I hear about you and I want to come under your tutelage, right? What can I learn as far as how much money I can make in the space or what my ceiling might be, if anything.
Well, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Like I'm trying to help personal trainers maximize their income. You know what I mean? There's only so many hours in the day and there's only so many people you can see, obviously. So you're obviously capped out as far as like the in-person training. But I always tell people, especially new trainers coming in, like, can you do 5 clients a day at $100 a pop? That's 15 grand for the month. You know what I mean? So I'm doing 200 a session. I teach classes in between too. I got to pay. But I'm doing no less than 6-7 clients a day at $200. You know what I mean? You're making 1,500, 2,000 a day if you really got your foot on the gas.
Yeah.
You can make anywhere from 30 to 60. You know what I mean? Minimum 15. To me, the minimum is 15.
Yeah.
Like if you're a real trainer, you're professional with it, like minimum 15. But you should be in like the 20s, 30s. And then if you're elite and you know how to like group people together and they're cool with it, then you can get up into like the 50s and 60s. You know what I mean? But I don't see how you.
So just for clarity, you talking about 50 racks a month, 60 racks a month, 30 racks a month.
Right.
So anywhere between like 15 to like 60 racks a month. A trainer that's, I mean, if y'all listen to this right now, you're saying a personal trainer
Right.
can make about 15 to 60 plus thousand a month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Somewhere in that range. Yeah.
Should be, but most of them start between like 3 and 10, they hit the 5, 6, 7 range because they don't fully commit to it. They're not living it themselves. Like that's one of the biggest things. Like you got to live it. For people to want to train with you, they got to see like it's almost like. Remember Michael Jordan in Space Jam? He had like the super suit juice and it was just water.
Yeah.
Like, people got to think you got that sauce.
Yeah,
Like,
facts.
I post my picture every day at 4:30 in the morning. People are like, damn, this is fucking human.
No, I seen that joint.
I post that every day, not because I want to post a fucking picture, but it's like, yo, I'm showing you I'm really living that life. You know what I mean? I'm really in here getting it. And I'm really been training all day, every day. I really got all the tools in the tool belt. So it's like you got to separate yourself and show people your craft and what you're doing. So your first thing is you, like we talked about. They got to see you, that you live that shit. And then it's just grinding. You got to make sure your schedule's set. On the weekends, you got to be texting everybody like, hey, what day you coming? Make sure the payments, you run it like a business, pay upfront for the month. If you miss your session, I got a strict 24-hour cancellation policy. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Kid's sick, cool. You got your work, cool. Like, I understand I don't take it personal, but like, I got a kid too. You know what I mean? When she's sick, I'm still here. When this is my work, you know what I mean? I make sure I'm here for you. You paying for an hour of my time. So it's being strict because a lot of trainers will let people play with them. Like, oh, no, I'll let it slide. Or, oh, I'm not going to charge them for this. Now you got to run it like a business. They're not going to treat it like a business. So the more you run it like a business, the more the money will come. And then you got to be organized. You got to have your schedule set. You got to always be reaching out for new clients because people come and go. And if somebody can afford $200 an hour, they can afford to go on vacation for the summer. Most of them motherfuckers going to be in the south of France. So you might have to put like 2-3 people together to get that same 200. Or you might have to train athletes in the off season. Or you might have to run a couple camps or something out in the field and events and shit like that. Or to come up with that when it's not at the front. You know, the last 4 years, people have been a little fucked up because we got it back though. So now that money's starting to flow a little better so people can spend that little bit extra. But it's just about committing to the process and sticking to your script. And if you're doing anything that takes you away from the end goal or your script or your process, then you fucking up and it's gonna cost you money. So most people be, oh no, I'm just gonna go out for a drink. But then you're not up at 5 in the morning with that same energy. You might be up, but it's not that same energy. And if it's that day where your client had a lot of energy and you bring them down, they're gonna be like, fuck this dude. Or if you cancel on a client, like I don't never cancel on a client ever. Give a fuck, got COVID, dead, whoever, like I'm gonna be there. Because they might want to really train that day and that's when they might be feeling extra motivated. And then you tell them no and they're gonna be like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I mean? So it's just about you're never off. People think like you get to pick your own hours and set your own schedule. Like, nah, you living this shit 24/7. Like every time I get in the elevator, I hit people with, hey man, you work out, where you work out. Hey, your hips look a little off. Like I'm always selling.
So what's up? What's up? My cows look on or off, bro? What we got going on?
Quick, I'll tell you. It look like your right hip's a little higher than your
Yeah,
left.
saying
Well,
probably.
Your
You know what I'm
left hip,
saying?
my bad, on my right. But then you know what I mean? That those imbalances
Yeah.
cause certain pain and back problems.
Yeah.
So when you can help people fix their injuries and their chronic pain and shit like that, they fall in love with you. They'll give you their children. You know what I mean? Christmas gifts and this and that. And you going back to the money, like I make a lot of money. I make good money for a trainer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't never like, because there are people out there killing it. I mean, but for a personal trainer, I feel like I make very good money. But my connections give me access to things that money can't buy. You know what I mean? Like I can get floor tickets to the games. I go in the backstage at the concerts. You know what I mean? Like I get to go to openings of restaurants. They don't even hit me with a bill because they love me so much because I'll go that extra mile for them every time. I'll park their car. I'll carry their kid. Like you see me in class carrying babies and shit. You know what I mean? Like You call me and tell me I need a reservation, I'm gonna get it for you. You tell me, yo, I'm stuck here, I'm gonna come pick you up. You know what I mean? Like you just got to go that extra mile, and most people want to turn it off sometimes, and you don't never get to turn this shit off. You live
So
24/7.
was this the same energy that you had when you was using the streets with it?
Yeah. It's been had the same energy and
Yeah.
intensity. Yeah, that's why we, you know what I mean, we got to it, and that's why we're at a certain level, and you don't really understand what you're doing is wrong. Like, you know, it's wrong against the law, but it's like, this is the game. This is what we've been taught. This is what's glorified in music and in movies. So it's like, if we're gonna do this, like, that's one thing on me. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I'm going all in.
Yeah.
That's why I don't pick up a lot of things, because if I don't give it my all, then I feel like I let my brothers down. I feel like I let everybody, you know what I mean?
I feel like it's interesting how, like, before you were contributing to people's lives in a different way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like you were destroying lives. And now you're building and you're giving people opportunities, like you're helping them out a lot. You know, you're changing lives.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what feels so good about it. You know what I mean? Like, when you've been on that side where it's just destruction and death and pain and suffering, and you contributed to that, and now you can come back over here and go back and tell everybody, like, nah, fuck that shit, bro. Come over here. This shit's sweet over here. And then now people, it used to, like, the judge said I was a danger to my community. That's why she wouldn't give me a bond. And now I got moms hitting me up like, yo, I need you to help my son. Like, hey, I'm trying to get right. Like, people call me at their lowest because they know they've seen me go through it and come back better for it. Most people don't do that. So being able to do that, like, feels really good. That's like my biggest accomplishment. And that's why I want to pay it forward and go tell everybody, like, nah, leave that shit alone, bro. Like, because when you in it, it feels good. Like, you feel powerful. Like, the streets is fun. You know what I mean? But like, your day's coming, dog. Like, your days are numbered. So this side over here just feels so much better. Like, when you help with people, when you're doing the right thing, when you make your family proud, when you be able to take care of your family doing something positive, like, it really, really feels good. So I feel like I had to go through all that just to come out this side so I can really help people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've been through it, and I know the perspective, and I know the intensity it takes to really make a change. A lot of people that never hit rock bottom don't understand, like, how intense you have to be to change. That's why I'm so intense. That's why I treat everything like life or death. Because one wrong move and you out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what do you think about the recent election that happened? What's your feelings on that, as far as, like, the energy in the country? You know, what you're seeing from people, how it may or may not affect you?
I mean, it affects me. It affects everybody in a certain type of way. Obviously, with the money and the inflation and taxes, you know, Team Trump, baby, you know we do. And not that, like, I love Donald Trump as a person, but just as far as what I've seen from his presidency, like, I fuck with, I respect it. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be like, oh no, he's a piece of shit too, but I'm gonna vote for him because of the money. Then this girl, shout out to Linda, she, like, really showed me his policies. Like, he did more for black people than any other president ever has. You know what I mean? Like, he helps the economy better than it ever has. You know what I mean? Like, he may say, like, a good old boy type shit, but, like, he denounced the KKK 1,000 times, shit like that. But the media will spin it and do all this shit. And, you know, Kamala Harris, she locking motherfuckers up left and right for trees. I'm probably gonna get killed for talking politics on this shit, but I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? But I feel like they brainwash a lot of people. They get celebrities and athletes, people that have clout, to communicate to the public,
100%. I think so.
Mass. Yep. And, like, they trick me for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, when you put it in front of your face all the time and you're not really doing that research, it's like what they teach you in school is not how to get money.
I feel like, not at all. I mean, bro, just COVID alone.
Yeah, if that didn't open your eyes, like,
that's what I'm saying.
In South Florida,
that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Everything was open. It was like, this shit don't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like people got to really, like, take this into account. Like, does that make sense? But they don't. Like, just somebody tells them something, they go for it. You know what I mean? And I've never been that person. Like, you got to show me. So I feel like a lot of people have been blinded by shit. I fuck the government in general. You know what I mean? Like, I like Trump because don't do anything for me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this shit myself. Like, I don't want no help. I don't want no favors. Don't take nothing from me. Don't give me nothing. Like, let me live my life. And I'm gonna make the best of it. You know what I mean? Regardless who's president, not much is gonna change either way. That's why we in America, because, you know, the House and the Senate control everything, majority, pretty much anything. So it's like, will there be some changes? Yeah, but again, you got to control what you can control. There's nothing I can do about this shit.
I agree with that.
What
You definitely got to control what you control.
So whether it's Kamala, whether it's Biden, whether it's fucking Panda, whether it's me,
the next person.
Yeah. Like, if I go out and live my life, how I'm supposed to live it every day, like, it's not really gonna matter. You know what I mean? If I take care of myself and my community and my people around me, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna be all right. I mean, no matter who the fuck's in president. So it's just kind of like, yeah, I prefer this and this, but at the end of the day, like, I can't control it. So I'm just keep working on me, and If it's a fucked up situation, I'm gonna have to overcome it. If it's a better situation, it'll be easier to overcome. But either way, I'm still going for perfect. You know what I mean? Like I'm shooting for perfect. I'll never get it, and I'm aware of that. I mean, far from perfect, but like I'm gonna try and be perfect in everything I do because that's the standard. And I feel like if more people live by a standard of like, I'm gonna do this shit myself and whatever it takes, and we'd be okay. And not looking for a handout or for some free shit and some whatever the fuck.
So you mentioned that your father.
Mm-hmm.
So talk to me a little bit about family. What that mean for you?
I mean, family's everything. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty like quiet, kept about my family. Anything like I feel passionate for, I really love. You keep quiet because I've had people try and kill me. I've been in the streets and shit like that. So it's like I try and protect them like that. And even like if I'm out in public with them and somebody looks at them and says something wrong, like I'll attack. You know what I mean? So I'm very like I like to keep them private in a way. And I haven't always had the best relationship with my family because of my decisions. You know what I mean? Like I come from a good home. Like, I went to private school. My dad's a lawyer. He worked his ass off every day. You know what I mean? He's a good dude, like the morals, values. He speaks very well. You know what I mean? So I think that's part of why I speak how I speak, just to piss him off a little bit. You know what I mean? Rebellion and shit.
Yeah, I got you.
But no, family's everything. Like I told you earlier, my support system, like getting out of jail, having people make sure I did the right thing, stayed on the right path is priceless. Because a lot of my friends didn't, and look where they ended up. You know what I mean? Like they never gave up on me. I would do anything for my family. You know what I mean? Like I know they wish I would come around more and spend more time with them and stuff. And they don't understand I'm always working, because I want to make them proud and I want to be able to take care of them and shit like that. But family's everything, you know what I mean? Now that I'm getting older, especially, like I want a family of my own. Like I have a daughter, she's 17, and I regret not being there as much as I should have, going away, working too much. Like we have a great relationship and it's special, and if I ever have another child, it'll be nothing like that because I had her when I was 17, 18, you know what I mean? And she's been with me through all this. But would I like to have a family and be an actual father and try and show the world what like masculine and feminine energy is supposed to be, and like what a family's supposed to be, and how happy it'll make you, and how good for the world it is when everybody plays their role. Not this like this crazy Miami situationship party scene, like 3 baby daddies, 5 different, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
and I'm not knocking none of that shit. Cause,
I mean, but
it
is what it is.
That's not the way I feel like we're supposed to conduct ourselves in the world. You're supposed to have a family. You're supposed to have a male and a female, masculine energy, feminine energy, and you combine those, and then you raise your children with love, and everybody, like you pick me up where I drop off, and I pick you up where I drop off, and we both work on ourselves together, and just I feel like everyone in the world is connected. So if we doing that and everybody showing love and we operating at a higher frequency, then the world would be a better place. But I'm huge on family.
So how did being a father change you at all? You was a father young. So what was some of your perspectives?
I mean, there was no big like, oh shit, like I gotta, you know what I mean? I was so young and I was so ignorant to the situation. I thought I could handle that shit in 2 seconds. But then it started to really like creep up. You know what I mean? I had so much help though from my family, from my mom, from my dad, my sisters, like everybody helped out so much. So, but it just always made me have that thought in the back of my mind, like, yo, you got somebody who's dependent on you. So when a lot of my homies were crashing out, like kitchen murder charges, like doing things that were just above and beyond, where it's like, yo, you're never gonna get out of jail for this shit. You're gonna get caught. It was like, man, maybe I shouldn't do that. It was like that, almost like another conscious voice in my head, like, you got somebody dependent on you forever, like that looks up to you, that she's gonna have to tell people you're her father, and she's gonna have to put her head down and be ashamed of you, or she's gonna be like, that's my daddy, you know what I mean? And I'm proud of him and I love him, and he gives me a good example. Like me and my daughter go over a script that I took from Nipsey Hussle, R.I.P. Nip, I fuck with Nip heavy. I asked her, what's integrity? And she answered, doing the right thing when no one's watching. Are you a leader or a father or a leader? What's a leader? Somebody who makes their own decisions for themselves. You know what I mean? So that was just, having another you looking at you like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna show?
That's crazy though.
Who you gonna be? So that definitely is. She saved my life too. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for her, I would have been crashed out.
Yeah.
I had no conscience. I was reckless. I was always trying to prove myself, but it was like, nah, I can't. Like I got that one. You know what I mean?
So if you came from a good home, bro, you came from a good home, good background, good support system. You know what I mean? Like you sound like you came from love. You know what I'm saying? You went to private school.
Definitely.
What was it about your environment that made you rebel or go the other way? Like, what was attractive about that? Why didn't you kind of stay in this environment and blossom or grow a different way versus the experiences that you had?
I mean, I feel like my personality in general is just always to rebel. So like when I came from a good home, I wanted the street shit. And then when I went to jail, I became a better person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when someone kind of tells me you can't, it's like, and then I played a lot of sports and I was good at sports. So it was like the kids that in the areas that I was around couldn't really play with me. Like I was playing 3-4 years up from the time I was like 7 years old. So they would take me to the hood a lot, like coaches and other people like, no, let's see if you can play with the real boys. So, you know, I got down there. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that was, and being the only white person and being small, it was like, you got to be extra gangster with it. Like you can't let nobody punk you. You can't let nobody try. Like I'm swinging off the rip. Like you look at me wrong just because I got to stand out in that sense. If not, you're going to try and take advantage of me. So just sports really like brought me into that type of environment, that type of culture. And then, you know, hip hop culture in general, you know, they glorify that shit, like selling a pack, being a man, catching a body, like fucking bitches. So it was
Ain't
like,
that crazy?
Yeah, it's like, and then my idol's Allen Iverson too.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
that's mine too.
Cornrows, tattoos and stuff. So it's like, yo, these are the people I'm looking up to, and this is what they're doing. So that's why now even more, especially, it's kind of like I'm trying to pay it forward. Like the athletes I do work with, like shout out Cam Kitchens, JoJo, Player of the Week. You know what I mean? You see kids like that, you try and take them in and be like, nah, bro, like stay on the right track. So then you can go back and teach somebody. You know what I mean? So if we all start to change and then you grab somebody and pay it forward, like I said, the collective going to improve. So knowing what I came from too, I feel like it helped me when I was down there because I know what this is like. But then I went through all that, so I know what that's like too. So I'm almost like the bridge, I feel like. Like I used to take all the hood kids to the rich people party, you know what I mean? And then drop them off. And it's like, nah, they cool, they with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it really bridges the gap between, you might judge him because he looks this way, he's from here, but you're gonna give him a chance because that's my friend. And then once you start talking to him and get to know him, you realize like, damn, that's a real cool person.
Yeah.
And a real cool individual just happened to come from a fucked up situation. So, you know what I mean? Sports really drew me to that. And then I just like to rebel for the most part.
You just like to rebel.
Still a little bit more.
So what's Sean Casey like now? Businessman, the entrepreneur, the gym owner, the father, you know, more mature, you're in your 30s. You know, who are you now? What's important to you now? And then what are some of the goals and the visions you have for the future?
I feel like now I'm a leader. You know what I mean? I never thought I'd say that, but as far as my generation, 35-year-olds, like 40 to 25, you look around and people aren't really living correctly, especially in Miami. It's like people don't operate off integrity and values, and they don't stand on principles. And then this is what our kids are looking up to and seeing, so they're going to operate like that too. So I feel like it's my job to kind of lead the way and be like, nah, don't do it like that. It might be the easy way out, but that's not the right way. You know what I mean? Good or bad, hard or easy, like do the right thing, do it the right way. So even when I was in the streets, I tried to really stand on principles and shit like that. But now more than ever, even, it's like, I want to show people like how you're supposed to live and just be a leader for everyone around me and help people have better lives and become better people. So Sean Casey's him, you know what I mean? Like I'm him. I'm the one that's going to get the job done no matter what. I'm going to be there every day. When you call and you can't go to nobody else, like I'm going to be there and I'm going to handle business just so you can see that there's people like that still exist. And then the little homie, he can look up to me and be like, damn, you know what I mean? Like I ain't got to look up to a dope boy. I ain't got to look up to a ball player. Like he's just a regular dude out here, you know what I mean? Grinding his ass off, made a living, made a name for himself, took care of his family, gets respect out here just based on character, not money and not some other fuck shit. You feel me?
So what do you think the future of Raw 305 is, and the future of fitness? I mean, we got AI, we got all this new tech, you know what I mean? Like I even did in Brickell, I was with my friend, she brought me by this fitness spot, and it combined like electricity.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it was a whole different thing. So yeah. So what do you think the future of fitness is, and what's the future of Raw 305?
The future of fitness, I'm hoping, is to change it. Like that's my goal, to change the fitness industry. Because like you said, like electricity shit, like it's a lot of gimmicks. Like they just trying to get you in to spend some money, and they throw this little, we get your heart rate in this zone, or you get a point for this and a start, and it's all gimmicky related. And that's not what fitness is. Fitness is like life, you know what I mean? You do the hard shit every single day.
Yeah, hit facts.
You get a little bit better at it. It gets harder. It doesn't get easier, but you get stronger. Then you overcome and you feel good because you overcame, and then you get the results. So it's like, fuck the gimmick shit. Fuck all that. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but just the bullshit, like the glitter and gold, like that's not what it's about. Fitness is life to me. You know what I mean? Like you get stronger as life gets harder, you get stronger, and then you feel good because you know any situation you walk into that you're gonna be able to overcome it because you've been practicing every day. It's not that like, oh, it's easy now. No, it's just I have confidence in myself because I know I can overcome any situation. So Raw 305 is just a place where we really exercise and no gimmicks. It's just you get in here every day, you do the work, and it's got to be perfect. Your form got to be perfect. You got to show up on time. You got to do exactly what you're supposed to do. You got to be able to keep yourself under control and just get better every day. And then no matter how you feel, no matter what's going on in your life, like this is something that has to get done. It's not a hobby. It's not a fad. It's a necessity for life. You know what I mean?
So as we winding down the pod, bro, and I actually really like how you put that, bro, because I feel the exact same way. It don't matter how many days I hit that mile. It don't matter how many days I hit that gym. Some days I feel like doing it. Some days I don't. But every time I finish it, I feel great. And some days it's gonna be easier than others. Some days it's gonna feel harder, right? It don't ever get easier, but you feel amazing once you accomplish it. And I think, especially for those that are working out in the morning, if that's one of the first things you're doing, you're gonna feel great after that, right? Because you ran a mile or 3 or 5 or 10. You know what I'm saying? You threw up some weight. You hit a class, whatever the case may be. So I would definitely agree with you there. If you were going overseas to a country you've never been into to do a workout with someone dead or alive, what country would you go to? Who would you want to do a workout with?
Oh wow. I mean probably Nipsey Hussle or Allen Iverson. AI was my childhood role model. Like I would have died to just like touch his hand. Like the way he carried himself, the confidence, the little motherfucker just going at everybody, injuries, this shit, that shit. So just to be in his presence would be dope. And then Nipsey's like, rolling 60s gang member, as hood as it gets, but to be so educated and to progress so much and become such a good person and help so many people and change so many lives, but still kind of have that like street mentality and that swagger and a little bit, but just the progression, you know what I mean? You watch dude progress at a place where people ain't supposed to progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like hats off to him all day. So probably those two.
And then what country you going to?
Country?
Yeah.
I've never really traveled like that. Like I went to Mykonos once, Athens, but probably somewhere in Europe. Like Italy maybe.
So you're gonna work out with Nip and AI in Italy and then hit some pasta. Yeah, that's what's up.
That real shit. But like the quality of food over there, you hear people, I eat pasta all day.
All day.
Didn't gain a pound. You come over here and it's like that's how fucked up it is here. Like people really don't understand. Like you're killing yourself with your decisions every day. Like you don't see it, but you killing yourself every day with your decisions. And people gotta wake up to that shit and realize like every decision you make is life or death.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, it's not that serious. Yeah, it's that serious. Man, it's that serious.
Yeah.
Especially if you're trying to go somewhere and accomplish something, like we only got so much time. We only got 24 hours in a day. You know what I mean? Like the clock's ticking. Like I'm already on the back nine. I feel like most people average age is 74.
100%. Yeah.
So it's like, yo, we gonna be out of here soon. So you know what I mean? Like let's do this shit, bro. Let's do it. Everything you got.
Yo, what? Listen, I can't say no better than that. I mean, that right there is it. I actually just said that yesterday to a friend of mine because again, I'm 44, so I'm like, if I got 50 years left, I'm gonna be 95. You know what I'm saying? That's probably like 20 years longer than what the average man lives. So like me putting in this work every day, me being healthy, like I'm putting daily deposits to my future. So the only way I'm either gonna be in that position is by doing the work right now. You know what I'm saying?
My bad, interrupt, but that's how I explain it to my clients and stuff too. Like you said, the daily deposits.
Yep.
But like all reps ain't created equal, all sets ain't created. So it's like make sure you do it right. So you deposit those $100 bills into your bank account, not your singles.
Yep.
Pick the correct exercise so you deposit 100, not singles. Because if you add up 10 singles, that's $10. You add up 10 hundred, that's 1,000.
Yeah.
Do that every day over the course of a week, a month, 2 years, 5 years.
You're making sense right there.
You feel me? Like the bank account gonna be fat. So it's like you want a fat bank account, not an overdraft bank account.
Yeah, facts. That's a really good way to look at it. So what do you want to leave the people with, bro? I don't know if you got a book. I feel like if you don't got a book, we gotta put one together. You know what I mean? You need one that's like a combo. Like it's you giving some life stories, you know what I'm saying? But then you also giving, you know what I'm saying, some structure. So what's something you want to lead the people with? And then on top of that, if someone can't afford to get in the gym, what's one exercise that you would recommend that they could start with from home or outside?
I mean, everybody can do push-ups and get a towel, pull it on the door, like use a t-shirt, just start moving, go walk. Just start walking. And you can afford a gym membership, like figure it out. You fit $10, like go get a job, find a way, like you need weights, you need resistance. So get your ass in the gym, stop making excuses, figure it out. Like you can get yourself a fucking gym membership or a band or something, but you got to work all the muscles. So it's like, that's kind of hard because my expertise, I want to like, okay, if you like this, do this. If you like this, do this. If you like this. But it's like, yo, go for a walk and then like pick up some heavy shit. You can do a good form and then just keep picking it up. But definitely get in the gym. Like you need tools. You know, you can build a house with mud and sticks, but like, yo, use the tools.
Yeah,
you fit $10, bro. Like you can make it happen. And then once you start building up, you go to another gym, you figure shit out, like shit like that. And then what I want to leave the people with is like, it's just one day at a time. Don't get so overwhelmed with where you're trying to be in 10 years, 5 years. Obviously have that goal and vision in mind, but it's like handle your business right now, today. Like what's in front of you right now. Put all your energy into that. Be in the moment. Handle your business because you'll never get this moment again.
That's a fact.
And then if you handle this moment, and then I handle next moment to the best of my ability, and the next moment to the best of my ability, 5 years, a year from now, I got to be straight. Because if I did my very best now, like how could I? So I don't even worry about, like I got so much shit going on in my head. Like if I thought about it, I'd probably jump off a building. You know what I mean? But it's like, yo, what am I doing right now? If I handle this, I got a better chance at the end road. So just stay calm one day at a time and just handle the moment. Like be in the moment and give your all to that moment because you'll never get that moment again.
And let people know where they can find you, where they can lock into the gym. I don't know if you got any free giveaways or free training, free classes, or a way that people can kind of experience the gym if they're coming to Miami. But let everybody know that. Just let them know right there.
Sean Casey, SeanCasey@gmail.com. RawFit305 at, I don't know, I'm saying the goddamn email. But yeah, Instagram, Sean Casey 305, RawFit 305. Just pull up, man. First class is on me. If you want it bad enough, like I'll make a deal for you. I have trouble telling people no, they're trying to get better. You know what I mean? I look at an investment. If I start investing in you, you'll pay it back one day. So get off your motherfucking ass and come see me, bro. I'll save your life. I promise.
Listen, y'all, another episode of the podcast. Just had a great, amazing conversation with Sean Casey. Learned a lot about his life, a lot about his philosophies, how you guys should be taking fitness to the next level, how you should get that discipline, accountability in your life. And obviously, we shot the podcast in an amazing environment. So if you're looking to get a tattoo, definitely got to hit my guy Panda up. We'll leave that information below as well. Thanks for
Tattoo Panda.
Yeah, Tattoo Panda, right? Thanks for tapping into the podcast. Subscribe and share this episode out with somebody else. All right, we'll see you on another episode. Peace.
All right, y'all, look, I had to interrupt the podcast episode to break down this exciting community that you need to join. Why? Because you're a podcast, you haven't figured out how to monetize. Maybe you're someone that used to be like me, where I didn't really have anyone that can hold me accountable, nor did I have a group that I felt comfortable about, you know what, this is my tribe, I can grow. Well, listen, we put that together. The Action Takers community, I'm teaching you guys monetization secrets, accountability, discipline, how you get better with content. And this is just a group that you want to grow with. Click the link below. Let's go. Okay, look, so this is how we're gonna get you more exposure using the pod equals MC square strategy, right? Then we're gonna bring out the air fryer and then connect it to the toaster oven method, right?
I think I wasted my money.
And after we do all this, we're gonna get you 1 million views and millions of subscribers.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I got you. Let me go get something.
What's this box about? Wow! Bro, what is that?
So we got your long form podcast right here, right? This is long form audio.
Okay, now I'm getting my money's worth.
We got a service to get more exposure, get more views, and get more call to action to get more sales.
Let's go.
This is what you need to do to get more of this. Now do you understand?
I completely get the vibe now. Before, I don't know what you was talking about, but this right here, we're gonna make a lot of money.